Hey guys, it's Cece, and today I'm going to be doing a review for you. So the book that I'm going to be reviewing today is South of Sunshine by Dana Elmendorf. This book came out on April 1st, so it's a brand new release, and it was sent to me by the publisher in exchange for an honest review, and I am so excited to review it for you. And at the end of this video, I will be giving away an additional copy, so stay tuned for details about the giveaway at the end of the video. So this is a book that follows our main character Casey in a small town called Sunshine in Tennessee. Casey has known she liked girls for a long time, but has always kept that part of herself hidden and has pretended to date boys and to like boys in order to stay hidden within the small town community that she lives in. Or she does this until a new girl, Bren, arrives at school, and everything kind of changes after that. Bren arrives and she is athletic and she's new and she's beautiful and she's clearly flirting with Casey, and things just can't go on the way they've been going on all this time, not when a girl like Bren exists and Casey feels so incredibly drawn to her. Unfortunately, in Sunshine, Tennessee, other people might not be so happy that Casey is done pretending. So first of all, I just want to talk about the setting of this book. It does take place in a small town in Tennessee, and the author is from Tennessee, and I feel like that really showed through the writing of this book. It felt authentic and it felt real, and I just really appreciated the detail that went into crafting this small town. And this is definitely a small town. There is more than just a bit of homophobia happening in this town. There's also a good deal of racism thrown around. And I'm not saying that everywhere in the South is like this. There was this whole Twitter conversation that happened recently about adding nuance to the South instead of just writing off a whole area as racist and homophobic. And actually I think that this book showed a lot of that. I don't think it was just blatantly writing off this small town. It seemed like it was, but I think that that was a lot of Casey's assumptions about the place where she lived, and I actually think that this book served to prove some of those prejudices wrong. For a small town in Tennessee, this felt believable and it felt real, but I think that there was a lot more to it than just everyone here is racist and homophobic. There's a lot of different layers to explore. But as far as the realism of a small town goes, I thought it was a lot of fun and I thought it felt really realistic, and one of my favorite scenes was easily when they were all playing cat and mouse together. I thought that was hilarious and fun, and it ended up being such a realistic setting, and I loved reading about it. Next up, I want to talk about the characters. The main character, Casey, I absolutely loved her. She was interesting, and she was funny and complex, and she had a lot of internalized fear in regards to her own identity, and I just really appreciated reading about her struggle that she was going through this book, because it wasn't about her coming out necessarily. She's known who she was for a long time, but it was about finally addressing that part of herself instead of pretending like it wasn't there. She knew who she was completely, she just didn't know how to reconcile that necessarily with where she lived and with her mother's expectations of her, along with her best friend's expectations of her. And another thing I loved about Casey completely was the fact that she always looks for hidden hearts, and if you read the book you'll know what I mean, but I thought that was such an interesting and fun character thing for her to have. Casey's best friend in this book is a girl named Sarah Beth, but honestly you don't see a ton of Sarah Beth, and I think that you see her friend Van more. And I want to say just straight off that Van is gay, and that is part of this book as well. But where I was worried that he was set up to be sort of a gay best friend, I think that a lot of those tropes of the gay best friend were completely gone, and I really appreciated the camaraderie that really connected Casey and Van, and I appreciated their relationship so much. Van was a character I wouldn't normally like, but I ended up completely falling in love with and was possibly my favorite character in this book. I didn't feel like his problems were irrelevant to Casey or that they played second best and she just kind of ignored him in regards to her own problems, the way that sometimes happens with the gay best friend trope. I feel like they worked together, and if those things ever happened, they knew how to work through it together because they were friends, and I loved Van. I also really loved the love interest Bren. She wasn't just kind of a shell character to aim the main character's heart eyes at. She was her own person. She was also interestingly complex, and her character made a lot of sense once you got to understand where she came from and the parents who raised her. She just ended up being a character that felt really full and complete, and I really appreciated that, because a lot of times in books it kind of feels like the love interest is just inserted there, and I feel like Bren was really developed, which was nice. One of my main issues with this book, unfortunately, was that there was a bisexual character who came off as the bisexual trope character. She kind of throws herself at everybody, which is a trope that I think we really need to try to get away from in fiction. It's always unfortunate to see that the slut character in the book is bisexual, and that really bothered me to see it present in this because I really liked the other things that were done with the queer characters. That was just like a thing I had an issue with. I feel like if we had spent more time in this world, that could have been resolved as well, but yeah, that was one of my issues. And then the other thing was that every now and then the writing just felt off in a way I can't quite explain. It would just every now and then it would kind of take me out of the world, or I'd be like, that didn't feel quite as realistic as the rest of the world it's been set in, and that would take me out of it every now and then, but not like in a dramatically bad way. These are just like the two issues I picked up while I was reading, because overall, like I said at the beginning, I really, really enjoyed this book. I knew within the first few pages of reading it that it was definitely going to be a book that was going to stick with me. It was cute, it was interesting, it had a super strong main character and super interesting and strong side characters, which I think is the sign of a really great book. If you can make your side characters as interesting and developed as your main character, then that is a very, very good thing in my book. It was a great exploration of a small town in the way that sometimes people just lump together a community and go, well, they're all homophobic, when that's not fair to just determine about a place. I really liked the ending, I loved the development of Bren and Casey's relationship, and overall it was such a cute, wonderful, ladies loving ladies story. It was definitely a strong 4 out of 5 stars, absolutely would read again, and I'm just so glad that I got the chance to read this book. Okay, you've stuck around to the end of the video, so now it is time to talk about the giveaway. So as I've said, I do have 2 copies of this book. Albert Whitman and Company were so nice to send me an additional ARC so that I could give one away to one of you. And I'm just going to kind of try to do a simple giveaway. I haven't done a giveaway before, so I just want to keep the rules simple, not go overboard. This is going to be a US only giveaway. I'm sorry guys, I'm in college. I can't really afford to be sending packages worldwide as much as I would love to. Perhaps in the future that will happen. But for now, it is US only, and you have to be 18 or older or be 13 or older and have your parents' permission, because whoever wins, I'm going to have to ask for your address in order to ship this book to you. I'm going to announce the winner of this book in my video next Wednesday. I'm honestly not sure what that video is, but it will be up next Wednesday, so that's when I'll announce it. To enter, all you have to do is comment on this video, let me know your favorite LGBTQIA+ book or an LGBTQIA+ book that's at the top of your TBR, and then add #giveaway so that I know that you're not just recommending a book to me, you are entering to win this book. And then of all of those, I will pick a random winner, and like I said, I will announce the winner next Wednesday in whatever video that is going to be, and then we will get in contact and I will ship this book to you so that you can also read South of Sunshine. Okay guys, there you go, that is my review, and that is my giveaway information. I will also leave all this information in the description below so that you can read that and comment, and I'm excited for one of you to be able to read this book also. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that you all look into South of Sunshine, because I legitimately really, really enjoyed this book, and I think that it is just one that's going to stick with me and definitely one I'll reread. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye!